He ain't say nothing yet.
I
He
don't
might be
know.
asleep.
I just sent him a message just now.
Yeah.
That's the poop kiss out.
Hey, want to welcome everybody
Ma.
back to another episode of Working with a Genius podcast. Yeah, so hey, we back, man. We back again. Episode 6, you know, of the Working with a Genius podcast. We got the crew in here. Shout out to the boy Jazz, you know what I'm saying? Out here working it in, getting this grind mode in. Wasn't able to attend. We got Evan coming in a little later. But we just gonna go ahead and get it started. Hey Don, you gonna take it away?
Yeah. Let me pull the top slip right quick.
Whoa. My boy
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
in. My boy coming in loud.
Okay. My bad.
Sound like he eating the mic. Hold on. Turn my shit down. Okay. There we
Might
go.
be me though. Oh snap.
Well, my boy Don, who y'all got on this game tonight? Since you know Celtics came back and won, I think we're gonna close it out tonight. But who y'all got? Nuggets.
Y'all playing
Lakers.
tonight? Y'all play tonight, right?
Yeah, we on right now.
Y'all on right now? Yeah, I got y'all one.
Okay. Hey, who you got?
lot winning.
All right.
I got him coming back. You know.
You got a nugget?
He got the
Yeah, I
Nuggets.
got the Nuggets. I mean, you know I'm a Lakers hater, so I mean, it shouldn't be a
Hey, shit. You want to put some dollars on?
Nope.
That's how you know it ain't real. He know his cap.
I'm just a hater. That's it. I just hate.
Okay. Yeah. We gonna close it. We gonna go ahead and close it out.
I'm
Hey
watching
man,
right now, and I'm
they said the
saying
same thing about the Clippers, baby.
Nah, but we ain't
That's
the
true,
Clippers
that's true.
though. We ain't the Clippers.
Yeah, y'all in the same city. I can't tell.
Hey, where they at and where we at? That's to tell you a lot
But
right there.
y'all gonna be in the same place in a minute. All right, I got the top. I got the topic. I'm ready.
I do. My boy Donja. Love with Donja.
All right.
Love with Donja.
Hey, don't forget the Willis. You know.
Oh yeah, don't forget.
All right.
Go ahead.
Got a few questions today. You know, I had someone hit me up trying to get some insight from a male point of view. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. The first question is how to deal with a partner that doesn't communicate well, and does that end the relationship for you? So who want to start it off though?
Man, I'll go ahead and start this one off, man. I think
Yeah,
communication is probably one of the single most important things in a relationship. So, therefore, if I'm having a problem communicating with someone, it's definitely an issue I need to bring up. And I think it's your responsibility to bring it up to that person because obviously they ain't communicating, so they don't know. So if I bring it up to you a couple times, you know what I mean? I'm like, hey, you know, we need to start communicating, whether it's about our living arrangement, whether it's about finances, whether it's about, you know, I don't know, like we need to do a date night. I feel like that is necessary.
I need to change this question around a little bit.
Go ahead.
Okay, you've already had that conversation, but your partner has trouble communicating how he feels or how she feels, etc. So how would you deal with that scenario? And you've been together for a while.
Okay. That's kind of a hard one.
To me,
Go ahead.
it's according to how much you want to be with a person. Because that's a similar situation to what I'm dealing with right now. And we just got to continue to work on it. So, I mean, like I said, it's according to, I guess, how much you want to deal with that person or not. Like, I'm married, so it's a different situation for me. But I guess if you're dating somebody and you don't want to deal with the lack of communication, I guess y'all can break it off. But me, it's like, we're going to work it out until we work it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the way I feel about that.
So, I mean, even if I feel like, okay, so we ain't communicating well, or we ain't even getting along, let's just say that, add that into her too. I feel like, you know, not talking about it or, you know, not expressing the feelings, you know, behind that, it just only adds to the non-communication. So I feel like for me, if I was in that situation and I'm like, damn, I didn't went through all these steps to, you know, try to build this back. I think the next logical step for me is almost like ultimatum mode. Like, hey, we ain't communicating like we need to be. It's hindering our relationship from growing or developing further. So it's either we sit down and come up with a system that helps us operate and communicate better, or some serious actions is going to need to be taken because it's not allowing us to grow as a relationship. So I would be like ultimatum, like, hey, if you're not married, obviously it's easier, but if you are married, it's just like, no one wants to throw around that, around that word that had that
The big
karma
D
on it.
word.
Yeah, no one wants to throw that around. But at the same time, if you're not willing to, work towards fixing the problem, then I feel like it's just going to be an everlasting issue. And it ultimately would lead to that if you are married. And then it will lead to the relationship breaking up if you're in a relationship. So that's how I feel about it. Is give them an ultimatum. If they say F the ultimatum, then, hey, you're just going to have to move on.
I feel like at that point y'all should probably seek help instead of going to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I said, they're not willing to even come up with a system internally. You really think they're going to bring an external source in there and be willing to, speak around that?
Maybe.
Hey, I think they would if they care about a relationship enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
you're that invested, like I said, it's not like he or she, the person doesn't want to communicate.
Yeah.
Is they're not good at it. They're not
They're
really
not
good
well
at
equipped.
it. They're new to relationships and the whole being with somebody. So the whole communicating with someone is quite difficult for them.
Okay.
And it's a learning curve in this scenario that I'm talking about.
Okay. I feel you. Well, then in that case, then
So like,
yeah, it can work.
yeah. So it's not like you just got together with them and like y'all were talking all the time, communicating. No, they had the issue. The issue was there before you got together with them, and it's continued, and it's been a year
Oh,
long,
okay.
and now you're finally tired. You're getting a little seeing much improvement in that
Well, damn, if it
Yeah,
was
if that
there,
for me,
Yeah,
if that's the case,
yeah.
then I would say they should definitely seek help. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying, but it's just not working. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
maybe they need a mediating force between them to make that work.
Yeah. Whether it be friends, family, or professional, you know.
Yeah. Hey, what you
I
got,
don't
Cam?
know. I look at it as like if they want to like get better with communication or not. If there's no effort behind it, then I'll be done. Like if you're not looking to say, okay, I understand it, and I'm gonna look for ways to communicate better or do something to help this relationship. And if you're not progressing and it's kind of just feeling much more of the same, then I'm gone.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
Hey, real, you nothing to say?
Oh yeah, I got
I guess.
something, man. Look, I got two words for y'all, man. Lot City. It's been a year, and bro, we grown. What are
It's
we
been
even
2 years.
talking about right here?
It's
A
been 2
year?
years.
That's even worse. Look. You got to do something that's gonna catch their attention. That's gonna jolt them out of this reality world where they think that this is okay. We grown, and what as Tyrell said, one of the most important things is communication. So it's just like 2 years. Nah, they just comfortable. You gotta hit them with some distance, man. Ultimate distance until they get right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Don, what you got? How you feeling?
Cut and dry.
Shit, man, I'm gonna be dead honest. My ass leaving.
Okay.
Ain't even the question. Ain't even, yeah, ain't even the question.
That man's like, what about that? You get to him.
I hear it, man. I hear where my boy Sloth Alice saying, you need to but it's something he or she first need to grow to, and I don't think I want to be there waiting for them to grow into it. To be honest,
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
so
I just feel like
I'll leave.
I just feel like I feel differently because y'all not fully attached to a person. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
being married is
Yeah.
different. Is a
I mean,
completely different situation than just
you,
dating somebody.
you right. And, if I'm in that scenario, maybe I have a different headspace on it. But I'm speaking from my perspective as a single guy. I've been talking to this
Yeah.
girl for 2 years, and she with and she ain't communicating how she feels. Because I just got out of a 5-month thing where the communication wasn't on key, and that lasted 5 months. So I can't even imagine myself being in something like that for 2 years.
Nah, me either. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Cause
I enjoy it. I enjoy talking. I tell you how I feel. I tell you what's going on in my life, and if you're gonna hold back, it's a problem for me, and I understand why you're holding back. But I personally don't want to deal with it.
Hell nah. I ain't trying to do it
Me and
at
my wife
all.
been together for about 8 years, something like that.
Mhm.
Maybe 7, 8 years, something like that. And we don't have the best communication, so maybe that's why I feel differently.
I mean,
Is
I'm sure
it?
I got some type of communication where it's not the biggest problem in the relationship.
We have issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone does it.
I mean, everyone has issues. It's whether can
Exactly.
you,
It's bound to happen.
yeah, like can you work through the issues to get to a mutual point. So
That's the point I'm making.
yeah,
Yeah.
and some people ain't willing to get to that point. So therefore, it's just like beating a dead horse. It's just like, goddamn, what you doing? Hands
The
is bloody
way
already.
Vontae seemed like he was making it seem like it wasn't like they weren't trying. It's just like it just wasn't working. Like they're trying to communicate,
Yeah,
but he's not getting any better. It's not maybe it's not that he's not trying, but he just doesn't know what to do.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what
You
I was
know what I'm saying?
trying to go with, but my bad if I had worded
That's
it
what,
wrong.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I said they should seek some type of help, or you know maybe both of them go talk to a mutual friend or some family, or like I said, a professional, and then try to figure out how they can work on their communication, or he can work on his communication, or she can work on her communication. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey man, tell Shelby to shut up, man. Goddamn, we trying to record over here, man. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like they also have to be willing to take those steps. If they're still developing, like, they think that what they're doing isn't wrong, then it's gonna be hard for them to even do that.
Mm-hmm. That's even worse.
Evan, I don't know how much. Hey, run the question up for my boy Evan, Don. So you know what's going on. We got the
All
boy
right,
E.
and all right. So the question is, how do you deal with a partner who has a problem communicating, and would that be the end of the relationship if the problem can't be solved?
Uh, I mean, that's communication is like legit, like one of the number one things in relationships. So, I mean, that is a pretty big deal breaker if if it's not being able to solve it. Like I said, I mean, all you can do is just try to just talk to them. I mean, obviously, if it doesn't get through, I mean, that's a big deal breaker for me because I mean, if I can't talk to you, you can't talk to me. Then, I mean, what are we doing? Pretty much.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I said, Evan. I said, hey, it's the number one thing in a relationship because that is how
Yes, indeed.
your relationship operates. You can't communicate, you can't talk, and then that's how I don't get how people that speak different languages, they don't know each other's languages, and how the hell does that work? Because there's
That's like the number one thing.
you know what I mean? Like there's so many things that go into talking and getting to know someone through talking and being around them. So you can't understand them, then how the hell does that even work? Like I don't. That's how I was watching 90 Day Fiance with with wifey before I came over here, and some people were doing that, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I be watching that shit too. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
just like, what? Like what? He like
That's crazy.
they just be looking at each other like, yeah, like what? That don't make no sense. But all right, Don, I think we
All right.
crushed this question. What we got next?
Yeah. I think. All right. The second question.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
You sound kind of far away, Zach. So
Yeah.
Next
go ahead
question.
with the next question, Vontae.
All right. The next question is the scenario from the same person.
Oh, shit.
Oh man,
They
I've been
going
ready
through
for
it.
this one. I've been ready for this one.
My man got a whole essay on this one. All right.
Hey,
How'd
Ken,
that
hey,
go?
Ken, going first on this one. Go ahead, Monte.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So, fellas, we got a scenario where your significant other finds someone attractive at work and seems to be happy when they're around or talking to them. And the only reason you know that is because you have physically seen them at work talking and looking happy with this other person. And and one day you decide to come visit your significant other at work and you find out that they have went out to lunch with this person they found attractive and didn't tell you about it. So what would you do with this whole scenario going on? And my bad, I forgot one thing. You've already told your significant other that the whole bond between you and this person you makes you uncomfortable. So what would
Okay.
you do, fella?
Okay, yeah. So I'm probably gonna wall out. Gonna
Yeah.
make a scene at the workplace. That's the first thing. I'm gonna be real. No, I mean, being real, I'll probably be like have to bring, like I say, if it was my girl now, like I'd have to bring her like, yo, I told you what this is. If you can't do this, then you don't respect me in a relationship. So either I can slide or you can be with that dude that you feel like. I just feel like you're not respecting a relationship. You're not respecting people's boundaries. Because I feel as if my girl asked me to do the same thing, I would do it. It's not a big deal. But
Okay.
nah, I'm gonna have to slide. You know, I'm gonna have to wall out.
Hey, I feel you. I ain't never been in no situation like this before. So honestly, if I've identified it as an issue, like, hey, he trying to get all up on you, he trying to, dive in, then I would, hey, I don't know, dang, I don't know if I would confront. First of all, I would talk to her. I'd be like, hey, what's the deal? If I was like picking her up or something, I'd be like, hey, I saw you all giggling, giggity giggity. Hey, what's up with that? You know, after that, at that point, she's like, oh no, he's just joking, no, I'm playing. Then maybe I had to make an appearance at the place. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had to do nothing like that, but maybe I got to make my presence known. Like, hey, what up, boy? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
hey, what up? Do some high school shit. I don't know. I don't know if I had to do all that, but I feel like that's kind of crazy for her not to, like Cam was saying, not to respect those boundaries that have been set. Like, hey, this is us, and this is them over there, so keep them over there, and we over here, and let's just not even complicate things, because you start breaking trust, and that goes back to communication. So failure to communicate, failure to have trust, goddamn, those are two principles in relationship right there that are kind of getting severed with that. So, hey, all questions is, looking towards exit to me. Not all questions, but all answers, I guess. It's looking like getting out to me.
Yeah. Shit, ain't no one mad at you about that one.
Hey,
I said, go ahead, Al. You feel like you want to say something?
I mean, Alex muted.
Oh, Alex, me?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I might feel the same way as Cam did. That's probably what I do in that situation. I wouldn't like make a scene, but I just like, hey, let me holler at you for a second.
I think I was gonna go there quick. Like, hold up, what's going on out here? Cause I feel like if you let it slide too much, it's like, damn, they already trying you up. They're like, oh shit,
Exactly.
he ain't even really trying to do nothing. So shit, he must be free. Like, hell nah.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you got to stand your ground at some point, I think. I don't know.
Definitely, man.
Hey,
You
Ed,
know,
what you
single
got?
people out there be wilding. I mean, I agree with both of you, what everybody said. I mean, it's one of those things that start out like, they'll smile here, chuckle here, and they're having more fun. She's having more fun with the other person than you. I mean, it's obviously gonna lead to something eventually. So you obviously want to nip that junk in the bud.
Yeah.
And like I said, you talk to her straight up, and doubt she's not seeing eye to eye with you. Now, obviously, that's one of those things you just gotta, like you said, you gotta exit.
Yes,
There's no
sir.
time for that kind of stuff right now.
Yes, sir.
And I actually have more you actually know the person from our military school. He's been in that situation. He was telling me and my boy Green about it.
Cool.
And
Boy.
I'll tell you after the pod.
All right, got you. Hey, man, I ain't mess with no one around there. Hey, that's one of the reasons why, bro. Because that shit was just
Boy.
another story. All right, go ahead. I'll cut you off. I digress.
Oh, man, shit. Boy. Who? I don't know. I don't know exactly what I would do in that scenario, other than be blind with rage. Boy. Words couldn't describe the things I would say. I like to hope I would become cool, collected, but what? With a nigga?
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, I mean,
Boy.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, did you not? I said, scenario. Remember the
Yeah,
scenario?
that's part of the scenario. They went out to
The
lunch.
significant blunt, and then you found out about it because you came to work to see your girl, and you found out she went to lunch with an old boy.
That's a big old hell to the no.
Especially being married. If that happened to me, boy.
Oh.
Boy, I'm telling her mom.
You say you tell her mom.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just
You know if your daughter was doing that work?
Exactly.
you wilding. Can't be doing that.
You trying to surprise her with something?
Like I said, man, like my friend who's going with the power room, I don't see how she loves the guy, I guess, but she better than me because I had to pound after that one.
Yeah, I mean, because that's just like a clear disrespect for you. Like, you told them like, hey, you ain't feeling the vibe. Okay, 1. 2, they said fuck that. They still went on a thing and still messed around with them. Then 2, they went out to eat with them. Then you found out about it and they still messing with them. Like, come on, that's 3 strikes. You out. I'm sorry. It's done.
Yep.
3 strikes. You out. So, hey, more power to her. She, but hell nah. Hey, Ruin, you got anything on this?
Yeah, I mean, this
Girl.
little situation reminds me of, what I'm saying, Derwin and girl Melanie. When, girl Melanie was tripping, she's trying to backslide, whatever. She being sneaky. She tell Derwin every other little unimportant detail about the day, but she want to leave out. She going to lunch. Oh boy, that's dead. She already knows she in the wrong.
Straight away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Knocked them out, season 4.
That shit. As soon as you start leaving out parts, yeah, it's dead. I don't care what you say after that. Like, it on top of that, you've already voiced how you feel about it. So if they really care about you, they gonna dead it. They're not gonna care.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Maybe I would have be okay with it if like
He was
told me. No, I wouldn't be okay with it. Nah.
I mean, hey, you're a threat. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta see the proof.
Yes.
No, what if
I ain't saying,
Where's the boyfriend
I
at?
ain't saying all that because he might do like I said. I can give him some proof in person. I ain't saying all that.
All right.
Hey, what if he was full Wayman status? Y'all remember Wayman from Low Down Dirty Shame?
Yeah.
I may cry. I mean, it's more like if you're someone in a relationship with my partner makes me feel uncomfortable, I would hope you have the respect for me to distance yourself.
Yeah.
Like
especially
I said,
if I tell you.
Yeah, and maybe I'll be more comfortable if I got to tell man I'm about to go to lunch with the old boy. Well, I like it, not really, but I'm okay. I would trust you enough to know that if he touch you, you gonna hit his nuts or some shit.
But what if you look like this though?
What the heck is that?
I know y'all seen that.
Y'all tell me y'all ain't never seen Low Down Dirty Shame?
Yeah.
If you
I
look
just
like
ain't
this,
seen in a good minute.
if you look like that, would you feel threatened, or would you be like?
I don't know about this the whole threatening thing. It could be Like, but I'm not. If you don't, I feel like what was
He's a-
not telling me. That's
he's a-
Yeah. True. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
throw some extra scenarios in there.
No, you're right. Because there's obviously a reason why she want to tell you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
hey, I don't know. All right, Don. What's the next? What's the next one?
All right. The next one. Yeah, all right. The next one is: do you think it's a good idea to get back with the ex that broke your heart? Is it a fair commitment, a science, or mindset?
My bad. I didn't mean to add. I didn't
I
mean to
don't
add
get
that
that
one to
second
that one.
You
part.
get
Yeah, I didn't mean to
Mindset.
add
my
it to that
bad.
one.
The
Okay.
second part is fair commitment, a science, or a mindset. Yeah, I accidentally added the is. My bad.
What I was saying with that commitment part, I was reading this article about commitment, and there was like these different levels of that goes into the psyche of men's inability or ability to commit to someone, and it was just like, is it more of the emotional, like trauma of a person that what they've been through that allows them to commit or not commit, or is it just like something like biological in someone's like DNA that allows them to commit? It was something like wow, that goes into commitment. So I meant to add that to the other part because that would go into maybe that guy was feeling like he wasn't willing to commit to her because he was like fearing like the FOMO, basically like, hey, I'm missing out on some of these other shorties out here because I'm with you. So I'm kind of fearful to fully commit to this relationship. So it was kind of applied to the other one. I don't know why I put it on this one. So that's my fault. That's the more context of what that was about.
You good, man. You good. I thought it was a nice little two part to the question.
Yeah. So I mean, in terms of going back to your ex, I mean, I feel like we all know the right answer to this.
Do we do?
Yeah, we probably all done did it.
Nah.
Well, I'm in the camp of did it.
All right. So what into those parameters for you to go back to the ex? Was it just the sex? Was it the emotional? What was it?
It was just the.
Just emotion, pure emotion.
Pure emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be a little both.
Make it.
Pure emotion. It didn't make no sense.
It didn't make no sense.
Zero.
Damn.
So
That
okay,
never made no sense.
so we gotta dive a little deeper than this, gents. We gotta get to the surface level and kind of build our way up. So what went into your process to go back to them? Did it start with a text, then led to a call? What was it like? What ultimately got you back?
But to be honest with you, I can't even remember. It was like
Dang, my man said he was just drunk off
drunk off love, man. Puppy love, man. Puppy love, man. I don't even remember what it was. To be honest with you, it was a mistake.
No.
Was it the familiarity with it, like the familiarness of it, like you just like?
Mistake. I don't know. Hey, look. I have no clue. Right? It was a mistake. I really don't. I'm not like leaving it out because I don't want to tell nobody. I do not know.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? That's the perfect answer to that question. That's the perfect answer because sometimes it is just a pure emotional state that we don't understand. Did anybody else have any groundwork with this or any experience?
I got one. I had to say personally, it was just to be. I ain't gonna lie, it was to be toxic.
He said he was trying to get in his future bag over here. He said he got to be.
Yeah, I was being toxic because I saw you could look. You look through the gram. You trying to figure out, wait, what the fuck is this new dude? You got to text. What's going on? I ain't talked to you in a while.
But I know I look better than that. Anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My nigga can't
You
feel
hit it with that,
slighted.
hey. Hit it with that, hey, how things going?
Exactly. We should meet
Hey,
up.
ain't talked to you in a minute.
She talking about her boyfriend went like that. I was like, come on, that was just me.
You know me.
Let's get some Chipotle real quick, all the time.
Yeah, I was just being toxic. That was just the reason why, because I was like, ain't no way. I had to agree with Well, boy, because I don't. Sometimes I'll be like, man, what am I doing, man? I know this ain't good for me. Like, what am I doing? Other times I was just like, ain't no way. She really left me for that dude?
It sounds like my every relationship relationship. Why am I doing this?
Exactly.
Hey, real one, you ain't. Hey, I know real one that had this happen.
Dang.
Oh, real one, come on, man. What you got?
And run
No?
that back to talking about why we going back when we know we shouldn't be going back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
that
trying to
what
say
we
you
talking
ain't
about?
done it?
Should have went back.
Dude,
What
do you remember
Why did
your
you go back is
reason
the
why
question.
you went back?
reason why? Yeah, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying. You know, if usually okay, if it's gonna be over, I need to make sense on both ends. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real logical person. So basically I went back because it just didn't really make sense for it not to be, you know what I'm saying? If we really care about each other, why are we not just putting in the work? Let's get back in the gym. Let's run the plays. Let's get the reps in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you love the game. I'm not just gonna throw the game away. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Doing this, man.
So so he went back for closure.
This man, man.
That's what I gathered
basketball
from all that.
analogies.
If I'm gonna
I like he didn't go back for closure.
Yeah, he went back for
He
closure.
did
He
not.
went back to make
No.
sure that it didn't work
I'm like,
for a reason.
yeah,
No, he would
I
have
think I
to
needed to
try
do
it again.
to make
There was no
Yes.
closure involved.
Yes.
He
Why
wanted to
did
get
it
he
end?
wanted he wanted to get hurt again. That's what he
Like,
wanted.
He's like,
they
no,
gonna have
bitch,
to
you were
cut me
wrong.
from the roster.
We're going to do this again.
They gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You know?
What I gathered from all that was he felt like they shouldn't have broke up in the first place. He went back
Yeah.
to see
Exactly.
why.
Uh-huh.
Then he analyzed and put it back into the system, trying to figure out like why, so they can work on it. And then I don't know.
Yeah, you see, there's no closure in that. He's trying to
And just-
get back with this person. He
Yeah.
has no intention to find out why we broke up, and like I'm gonna move on from it. He's
No.
more like trying to find out we're gonna fix this shit, and if the shit ain't gonna get fixed, I'm gonna force the shit to get fixed. We're gonna get back together. That's what he just said. That's what he
Sounds
just
about
said.
right.
Like I said, they're gonna have to cut the roster. They don't want this thing to work out. They're gonna have to cut me from the team.
All right.
See?
He said
You
cut
see
off the
that?
roster. Okay.
Now,
God damn, I didn't know. Okay.
You gotta read between those Zach lines. You gotta really read them.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
You brought out the whole scripture. Say, you didn't just read those other things.
I mean,
What you
the
got, man?
logical answer to this question is obviously you should not go back to an ex because they're ex for a reason.
That's not necessarily true, though.
Man, I think so.
I
It
gotta
is.
disagree.
I
That's not
think
necessarily
gotta
true
man,
in
come
every
on, man.
situation. Because
Not
some people go back to their ex and then they get married and
Yeah.
fairy tale story. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So it's
hey,
not
And some
necessarily true
people,
for every
like,
situation.
that be them people that
some
talk
people
about,
break
oh, we
up
took a
just for
break.
different mindsets.
They be like, oh, we taking a break and all this other bullshit. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you fully committed to cut off, and then they sneak back in because you're looking good or something. That's different.
I mean, there's always different scenarios to tackle this, bro. You got the one where you're trying to be toxic because you see someone with somebody and you think you better.
Cam.
Shout out, Cam.
Yeah.
And then of course you got the one where shit, I'm lonely, she lonely, and we kind of slightly get back together, but it ain't gonna work out. And then you got the one where I don't think this shit over, so I'm gonna keep trying. And then there's also another way you can tackle it where it's 5 years later, I change, she changed. You know, you meet at I don't know, Applebee's or some shit at a bar. You get back, start Applebee's. Family place,
Applebee's.
And they sharing their plate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah.
Ooh.
2 for 20.
And
2 for 20.
Hey.
2 for 20.
If she bring up Applebee's, I ain't coming.
I agree.
I'll say, oh, she ex for a reason.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
probably why y'all broke up in the first place. You weren't trying hard enough.
Exactly.
Hey, like I said,
Because she said Applebee's.
hey, when I went on that, nah, I
Even
ain't
though I
being
agree with
bougie.
y'all bougie. I agree with you, but you bougie.
Hey, ain't nobody bougie. I'm just saying. Hey, if I pull up to, I pull up to a spot. I'm pulling up to a spot with you.
He
You
said,
gotta
I
show
ain't
me
bougie,
something.
but Applebee's?
Because I did it when I was younger. I couldn't afford nothing else.
Yeah.
No.
Once I got out of high
No.
school, that was in the. you know.
And
So once
Applebee's.
you
Yeah.
got a job, start
Oh,
working.
Oh yeah,
Hell
hit
no.
that cheesecake after that.
Boy,
Oh,
yes.
Talking about the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a vibe. That's a vibe. I'll take it there.
Oh, yeah.
So you see
But I'm
so you see
saying
that
like,
check.
yeah, I ain't taking the Applebee's now. But yeah, I forgot my whole
Monte
train of
didn't say
thought.
you was taking to Applebee's either. He said you went to Applebee's and she happened to be there and y'all meet up at the bar.
I wouldn't be
I
going to
did say that.
Applebee's either.
I did say that.
Yeah.
But you meet up at a bar, goddamn it, the bougie ass.
hey, you gotta say cheesecake or something, man. I ain't going to no Applebee's.
Hell no.
You ain't finna catch me at no bar in the Applebee's.
It's the first thing that popped in my mind. It's the first thing that popped in my mind.
Oh shoot! In fact, I took a chick out on a date. She was like, "Damn, I was expecting you to take me to Chick-fil-A." I was like, "For the first
Oh, she the
date."
one. She the one. That was
I
the one.
said,
You missed
"Nah,
that
bro. Hell no, that was not the one. That was not
You
the
missed that
one.
Boy, she was.
Not the one.
Oh boy.
That was an alley
Boy,
for
that
one
was
of
the
y'all
one.
then, cause hell no.
Man,
Anyway, I forgot.
She low
What
maintenance.
were we talking about, man? What the heck are we talking
I
about?
don't know. We got off topic after
Yeah,
the Applebee's.
we got off the goddamn rocker on this bitch.
Tyrell, you
Talking
started
about-
it
I
always. You could have just rolled with it and you was
shit,
like, the money in my pocket say no to Applebee's.
hey. Hey, let's move on to the next question, man. Next question. What we got next?
All right. The next question. Why did your last relationship didn't work well? Without blaming it on the other person.
Got this from Cam. He sent this to me.
Okay. He did. Okay. I ain't gonna answer this one without blaming the other person, so I'm gonna shut up.
I got you. All right.
I mean, it's kind of
all
hard.
right.
It's a legit hard question.
For me,
It is.
I ain't spending enough time.
You ain't spend no time?
Yep.
Man, this is hard.
I ain't spending enough time.
Mine just had to be
Without blaming the other person, I ain't spending enough time. So
Okay.
without blaming that. Okay, then that's hard then.
But you said this
It
is
is
me.
I mean, because it's interesting. I think I gave y'all that question, and that was the first thing that came in my head. Well, everything was. Well, I blame myself for forcing a relationship when she said she wasn't ready for a relationship.
Damn,
Ooh,
that hit
Cam
home, buddy.
help.
That hit.
Hey,
Ooh, that
Cam
hit
just
home.
helped me out. Cam just helped me out. I
Yeah.
shouldn't even got in the relationship. Boom.
I
Shouldn't have never
just left
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, there you go, Cam. Yeah, that helped me out too. Relationship shouldn't even happened.
Exactly.
So hey, that's my answer to that. We're going one word answer on this. Hey, real one, what you got? What you got?
I don't want to get deep in it because
No, we ain't gotta get me. I just want to. It's not supposed to be deep. It's just supposed to be surgical. One answer.
Said one word, time.
Timing
was off, all the way off.
Okay, mate. All right, Evan.
Non-committal. I wasn't ready to a serious relationship at the time. So
You said
I know it's
non-committal.
my fault now. Yeah, I wasn't just ready to commit to just being with just one person at that time. So
Okay.
What?
Okay. Hey, freaking Don, what you got?
you really want to blame her?
Past trauma.
Past
No,
trauma.
my bad. Nope. I'm still blaming her. Hold on, my bad. It's tough, man.
Hey, it's a tough question. I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty tough.
Huh?
Nah.
mine was easy. I haven't thought about it a lot.
I didn't think about it. This is recent, so I kind of moved on from it really quickly.
I'd say look away from it and explain it to if you were telling your friends, right?
Yeah.
Because I have my friends where I'm like, do you want to know the reason or do you want to know
I keep looking back.
the
I
reason I'm
keep
about to
looking
ask
at it,
everybody else?
and I keep blaming her. It's her fault. I'm just gonna
Funny
go
if I
to
said that I was perfect in this motherfucker.
Yes,
You know,
You couldn't find a better person than me.
damn, what? I mean, she hit on me first, so it's still hard to say.
Dun dun.
And, well, she wanted to steal me. The sex was black. There we go. I didn't like the sex. There we go. Nope. That's still
What do you
blaming her.
mean?
That's still blaming her.
Hey,
man, he
to be
ain't got an answer,
continued.
bro. He
To
ain't
be
got no answer.
continued. Nah.
Lack of communication. I wasn't talking enough. There we go. Yep, I'll take that.
Alright.
I'm gonna do that.
All right.
That's the answer I'm
Alright.
giving.
That was extremely hard for him, whoever that was.
It was.
So whoever
Luckily-
that was your, it was her fault.
Luckily,
Hey, the last-
he won't listen to this.
Yeah. Hey, the last question is: does marriage benefit men? That's the last one.
I mean, I would assume so. I mean,
The only reason I added that one is because there's a bunch of stuff in them comments that was like starting to get to me like, damn, like
I felt like I'm missing something. Is there more to the question?
not exactly. It was something I saw and I sent it. I sent it to him thinking like, yo, this is about to be crazy, and then somebody deleted it. But
Yeah.
but
I
it
got
was
an
just
answer to it. I got an answer to it.
okay.
So I think men do benefit from marriage because it gives you a different level of commitment. Like once you make those vows, it's like now you can't just some people, not everybody. Some people can just leave, but you're not supposed to just leave. It's like you're forced to be a man in a lot of situations and try to make things work and try to be the man that you're supposed to be for your family, or for not only for your wife but for your kids, and it just takes you to a different level. Like not only are you thinking about myself, I'm thinking about the future of this family, the future for my kids, the future of this, instead of just like, oh, I can go out today and go to the bar tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's just it takes you to a different level of thinking once you get married. That's the way I feel about it.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
I this came up when I was reading the topics to Tiffany about it, and then she had brought up because I was kind of lost too. I was like, damn, I don't really get it. But she was just saying, one about commitment. Some people have huge commitment issues. So it allows them to commit to one thing. Then on the backside about the bad things is if someone is afraid to commit and they're bringing that into the marriage, obviously that's going to end up affecting the marriage, down the line, because if they're afraid to commit, that means they're not fully committed to you when they make those vows, like, Alex said. So, that could be seen as a, not a benefit because, you are confined to, this one person, and you're not, you don't have the fruits of FOMO basically, where you can just go out and start wilding, or you're gonna, kill your marriage basically. So that's the way she had brought it up. I was like, oh dang, that's right.
Yeah.
She said some other. She
From,
said some really good stuff too. I just forgot, but
from my point of view, what I would say, a simple answer: listen to what me and Cam say, and then listen to what y'all say to a bunch of these questions. So like, man, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave this bitch. Like, I mean, like it's like a different. It gives you a different level of thinking.
yeah, different mindset too. You're gonna have a different mindset with
Oh
things.
yeah.
It's like
But
like you said, yeah. I don't know
I
who's about to
guess I
talk.
was
Go ahead.
gonna say, I really can't answer that question because I'm not really a
Do you think you would
marriage
benefit from
guy.
marriage though? Let's just ask you that. Would you think?
Yeah. Answer that question.
Um,
Just think about it. You would focus on one woman. She would focus on you.
I mean, but technically, just because you're married, don't mean that person focus on you though. Technically, because
Let's
people
just say
do
in this.
keeping the
Yeah,
marriage.
yeah.
Let's just say in the situation that you are, because
And
you thinking about you getting cheated on and shit. We ain't talking about that. You talking about you
okay,
and your wife are good, and y'all going
Yeah,
forward
then
with whatever.
then in that scenario, then it is there are definitely good benefits in that scenario.
Okay. I got you. Hey, real one, what you got?
Man, I'm over here struggling to think of something that's beneficial for the male in marriage, man. It's not really coming to me. I don't know. I mean, my knowledge is limited, but I'm thinking
You thinking
if
hell
a
no?
man mess up, he about to lose half his money. I keep thinking that one.
That was the stuff in the comments.
I keep thinking
See,
that one gonna get the house, the car, the kids, and the dog. She want it all.
That's
I
true.
ain't thinking about all
That's
that.
true. I get that. I get that. That's true.
Yeah, that was the stuff comments that they were saying. Like, if you really think about it, once marriage is over, that woman takes a lot.
You're right. She gonna.
It's like,
I mean, but isn't that the
Hey,
point of a prenup?
sound like if y'all got an issue with that, everybody need to be getting that girl signed prenup.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that the point of the whole prenup?
I mean, yeah. If you're worried about it, that's what you gotta do.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, also could work benefit. I mean, also the man could get that kind of stuff if the woman was
Does
the
it work like
breadwinner,
that?
I believe. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I'm dating Oprah and we don't get a prenup, I'm pretty sure I'm taking half her shit.
I don't know.
Man, she got some good ass lawyer. You
might be
ain't
like,
getting
man,
shit.
I give you $1 a month. That ain't
That's
half.
right. Man, it's half enough for me, man. Keep the lifestyle up.
Hey, I'm just saying,
man.
Jeff Bezos' wife got $500 million. I mean, like a couple billion. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you gotta think about Bezos. His wife got I don't know how many billions. She's the richest woman in the world off that divorce.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
It
saying. If it
is.
was reversed,
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be that way.
But it's harder. I feel like some terms it's harder on the woman, and some terms it's harder on the male. For marriage, without a prenup, it's if whoever has more money in the marriage, whatever like that. I feel like they're going to be targeted more because they always talk about lifestyle and expenses, and if you have kids, anything, all that stuff gets lumped in. So regardless of the position, whoever has the most money, if they're worried about that, then I feel like those are the people that the court target is because they operate off money. So they're like, okay, I got to get my commission from somewhere, so they're gonna go after the person with the money. So I mean, but I think if you look externally, or internally versus externally, I think there's a lot of benefits that you can have from marriage if you're willing to commit to it. And, let's just say in a perfect world, you stay together, then that's someone that you spent all this time with and you've done all these things and created all these great memories with. And then that allowed you to grow as a person because you have someone that's, 100% committed to you. You're 100% committed to them. And you've grown as a person and you're going to see stuff way differently than you've seen it before. Because, when you're single or whatever like that, you're just out here, it's about you. And then once you add that other person to it, it's about we instead of you. So then you're like, okay, dang, it's about us, about us growing versus just about me. So I think you go from self-centered to we-centered, if that's even a word. I don't, whatever that means. I don't know.
Nah,
We understood it. It's a word.
nah, definitely. That's how me and my wife talked about how you take that different responsibility of benefiting from, I guess, from that marriage. And what I got out of it was actually like having a wife helps you build and surround yourself with people. Just like you build a new family, you build different opportunities, and you have different ideas. And your wife, as your partner, is supposed to like uplift you with these ideas and these new thoughts and things that'll make y'all life better. So it was interesting from her perspective.
I think it builds stableness. I think when you're single, obviously you're gonna be less stable. Not like mentally or physically or anything like that. I'm just saying like overall, like if you think about it, when you got one leg, you ain't as stable as when you got two. I know we all got two legs, but I'm just saying like it builds a certain stableness, or it's supposed to, build some stableness within, your life or whatever like that. Because like I said, man, stuff got a lot easier when you got someone you can count on for things, whatever it may be. It may be little as bringing the groceries in. You know what I'm saying? I noticed, you know what I'm saying? I used to always have to one arm it with, all them damn groceries. But then, you got Tiffany. We both bring in the groceries. I'm like, damn, we done already? Okay, this shit lit. And then, when you put them away, you put the groceries away, you're like, oh shit, that took like 5 minutes versus 15. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, damn, this shit kind of lit. I kind of like this shit.
Boy, the simple things.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, from my perspective, it's way doper than being just out here on your own. I'm just saying, it's way dope.
Man, you got to rub it in my face.
I'm just saying. I'm giving you something to look forward to. Give me something to look forward to, so you don't settle. So you
I
won't
was
settle.
trying to school my boy Ty before he got there.
Yeah, you're right. And I shot the shots at some of these, and y'all were like, all right, shoot it again. I was like, hell no, I just need to move on. And this till I found the person I needed to find on, just like that workout girl. Y'all were just like, oh, just ask her again. I'm like, damn, dude, I don't need to ask her again.
Bro, that girl popped up at a different gym, and one of my homies was like, man, I seen this girl at the gym, fine as hell. And then he sent a picture, and it was her. I was like, what?
Hell no. That shit was hilarious, man. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, there's nothing like it. I feel like, and then you add another layer to that. It's dope. It's a dope feeling. So that's something, hey Don, we gonna get you there. And when we get you there, we popping bottles, man. We get there. We gonna get you there.
Exactly.
Whenever you ready, man, I got some candidates. I think they still single.
Exactly. I can throw lives for you too.
Yeah, you getting double. Hey, you getting double lives. Hey, just don't catch it like them 2K. Like the 2K.
Throw your hands up.
And
Just
it's
throw
up,
your hands up.
it's up to you to finish it. Yeah, that's all you.
And my nigga, hey, I'll tell you what. If they throwing you lives, you're gonna have a list, and then you can choose which one you want.
Exactly. Just don't take a half court shot, because some of my friends have done that when I threw them lives, and I was like, "What are you doing, man?"
Hey, they probably thought they had fun, so they left on the shot clock.
He said, "I told you to shoot, man. You have to shoot from that far, though. Come on now."
Exactly. Now I got people that's pulling Chris Webbers and stuff. I'm like, come on.
Damn.
I did. We all talk on this issue? I don't even know, man. We kind of got off.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
We all
Evan,
had our say so.
Evan, say something. Did you get something?
I mean, I wouldn't just do anything. Just echo everybody else said. I think if anything, just helps with like maturity level. Because everybody I know that gets married, like you can tell like a big difference, like what marriage does. Majority of them I know has been for the better. I mean, like you said, they always think about others more than they think about themselves once marriage comes with it. So, I mean, to repeat y'all sentiment with that, it just helps with being more selfless and selfish.
My man, real one said, he said, I don't know.
It's all.
Go
You
ahead.
can have all that stuff without no ring, bro. Like, there's plenty of people out here doing it. No wedding ring, because it's really all. It's just a symbol. It really don't mean nothing at all, bro. If somebody want to be that for you and they want to help take that load off of you, they can do that without a ring. All it is supposed to like kind of like, it's just real like. It's supposed to ease your mind, okay, help you out in that aspect, and then all the other stuff that I keep thinking about though. The little stuff with.
I got an answer for that when you're done.
Sign the papers.
All right. So my answer to that is without a ring, there's no real commitment. You and her can leave at any time.
Yeah.
If you did get married and there is a ring, y'all sign papers. At least you know that at that point, if you do try to leave, nigga, she about to take half your shit. So you gotta try to make it work.
Also, I think you're speaking from a perspective where you don't want to commit that fully to a person. So I feel like it's completely different when you actually are willing to fully commit to someone. Your whole mindset is going to change.
I mean, you're all right. I mean, I see both points. Both, I know a few people who've been together for like 10 years and are married and they're happily together.
Mm-hmm.
Because they like the ideal of marriage. They just don't like how marriage is in the United States. So I understand how.
What does that even mean?
From point of view. You know how you bring, the whole taking the half, all that other stuff, signing the paper. It's always, some people think it's too complicated for something that seems like it should be a
And they
simple
can get
process.
then they can get married, and then when they get divorced, don't take half. I mean, like it's that simple. Like what are they talking about?
I'm just telling you what they told me.
he said,
It sound like
he said, don't
when
shoot
they
the
get married.
match.
It sound like when they get married, they're like, man, shit, we get divorced, then I'm definitely taking half. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it. Like, I mean, if you don't want
Why
to
even risk
take
it?
half, then don't. Like, I mean, it's like really that simple.
It sounds simple, but I don't think it's that simple.
So you trying to tell me if somebody gets a divorce, then they go to a judge and they force you to take half of the other person's shit? No, it don't work like
Oh,
that.
I'm saying the whole idea of they're not going to take half or want to take half or take something from it. I mean, it sounds simple. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you don't want to, then of course it's simple. But in the idea that you do want to or you do want some stuff, I feel like that's when it becomes
Shit is
complicated.
real simple when you ain't married. Like you ain't got no choice.
It is.
I mean, nigga, you ain't taking half. Like,
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
ain't nothing there. It's you have
yeah,
nothing
like.
there. I feel
But
like
my point is like on that, just on that one point is like if you don't want to take half, then don't. Like I don't. That's not a good enough reason for me. So
I
that
mean,
just
But they ain't
sounds
yeah.
something stupid.
It's like getting on Deal or No Deal and be like, all right, you can take 0 or you can take 50,000. You taking the 50,000? You ain't taking the 0?
yeah. Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
get
you.
it.
I mean,
I
I
don't
feel
get it.
like also though, it also depends on the person. I mean, does everyone in here besides, does everyone want to get married? And I think that goes in there too. Like if you feel like you don't even want to get married, then obviously your perspective is gonna be like, why the hell would I do that anyway? So you have to have the initial thoughts to even want to get married first to see like the benefits from it. Because if you don't even want to get married, then it doesn't even gonna apply to you no matter what someone says.
True.
I agree with that.
A real one. Do you want to
I
get
can
married?
remember.
Look, I'm thinking verbal agreement should be enough.
My man, he said he want the bare minimum with the commit.
If it's that's simple, I would have been talking to Rihanna for it. Like,
I'm just saying,
like,
if I
hey,
word, but you need some freaking metal and a freaking diamond on your ring, that's gonna get you right. Some
Nah.
feels off about that to me, boss.
No. You're right. No, that's completely different. What you just said is a red flag.
I feel like I
Still
just
don't
feel like he's had the wrong experience.
very much.
Yeah, but he's saying
I mean,
like if a person is saying, "Oh, I'm gonna act different when I get this ring," that's a red flag to me because you should be
Bad
acting the
experience.
same way.
I
There
mean,
ain't
you got to
Bad
no.
have the
experience. I
experience.
mean,
You
first of
got to
all,
have the experience for it to be bad.
in modern times, well, I guess in modern times it's a little different now, but most of the time the guy proposes to a girl, which means he wants to actually make that commitment. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, 100%.
So,
But
I
why
mean,
is he doing? Just because history has said that that's what he's supposed to do? What are these benefits? I need to know. That's not going to come with being. You can be in a relationship and have these same benefits. That's what I'm sounding like. I'm hearing. That's what it sounds like.
I mean, it's not gonna change. Like, it shouldn't change the relationship. The relationship should
it
be good,
it
throughout.
does.
Then
But
why
I
am
feel
I?
like it does. I feel like it does change it though. 'Cause I
Then
feel
why
like
am I doing?
if you haven't gotten married to somebody in that aspect, and you're saying you're just with them, I feel like it's not really a commitment. It's
yeah,
like, all right, we're together, but there's always an out. You know what I'm saying? If you're with somebody and then you're not married, whatever happens, I feel like it's just okay, whatever. At this point, we can just go our separate ways with no repercussions.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
that's
What?
why I
sounds
think.
like
Yeah.
that sounds kind of doesn't sound like a bad thing when you say it like that.
See, but that's the problem.
I
My
feel like
problem
but
is
I feel like the way
if
you're
there are
saying
no
it is
repercussions, then there is no incentive for that person to try to make it work.
I mean, there are repercussions. There's not ones you're gonna see on the surface. There's still an emotional repercussions that goes on with the whole breaking up and stuff. But of course, the whole marriage is a little more complicated. That adds more complications to it. So I see where that's coming from. Where you're coming from too. That.
I think it's. I mean, honestly, I think it's a huge. What I was saying was, I don't think it's going to change. It shouldn't change. Like, okay, this relationship's like awesome. This is great. We're doing all these great things. It shouldn't change that. It shouldn't like, oh, we get married. All that shit stops. That's what I'm saying. I said it should be a continuous process. And then adding the value of the commitment of the marriage to that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like it's the same thing, because obviously it's not the same thing, because you are fully committed to a person through no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Sickness and health and whatever, you know, you have all that full commitment versus, you know, just being out here and, you know what I'm saying? You pull up and she got Jonathan in the bed with her, and then, hey, bro, like, you know, you like, all right, this shit, I'm done. Like, you know, obviously you're gonna have some emotional scarring, but it's a lengthier process when you're married. But all I'm saying is, if they're willing to make that commitment to you, 9 times out of 10 they probably won't even be in that situation. So I don't know. That's
I'm not going to say that. I disagree with you there 100%.
I'm just saying, like, if you make that commitment with someone, 9 times out of 10 you shouldn't have to worry about that happening, because 1, you got the trust with them, 2, you got the experience with them, so you should be good in a perfect
you
world.
shouldn't have to. Oh, you shouldn't have to worry about it. The perfect world, yeah, but we all know 5 out of 10 people need to worry about that. And let's be dead honest.
I'm not saying.
I kind of feel like it's kind of like from a military aspect. If you ain't married, that bitch don't exist.
You're right.
Oh my God!
I mean, he's right though. He's right. He's like, it doesn't matter, man. If you're not married, then you ain't getting your benefits. It's nothing. That's might as well just be a person next to you.
And guess what? That's why they be getting married quick as hell, just for them benefits, and it don't be working. They be getting finesse.
See, but you're trying to say.
Though. That's different.
You're trying to. Whatever.
Get these little toys. Get these little prizes.
That boy was scarred. My man be scarred.
I'm just saying, either way, bro.
Hey, look. If you want to look at it from that aspect, Zach, then maybe you should get married so you can get you a little extra side cash. You know what I'm saying? Like in the military, they give you that check, that BAA. You know what I'm saying? That you get all that shit from being married. That's a benefit. There you go.
Bro, you're talking about two different things, man.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to go like that, then there you go. It's a little extra cash. There you go.
A little something.
I got stories to tell, man.
We all know stories about bad marriages, man. That's the thing.
We all do, and we also got a story of a person in a good marriage right in front of us. It goes both ahead. You got the negative and the
that's
positive.
What I'm saying.
So
guess what? Thinking I need to stay on the other side, the left.
All right,
that's what I'm saying. We all got the choice.
That's my question. Is that do you think that you want to get married, or that you feel like you will get married?
Only because I feel like society has brainwashed me to think that I need to.
No, that's not the question. Though. That's not the question. He asked you.
Do you feel that man?
I feel like
he said,
do you want to? Or do you not, nigga? I mean, it's that simple. I mean, like, come on, man.
If I had my say, it would be not. No.
All right, then there you go.
That's completely fine.
There you go.
That is completely fine, man. You can not
get
get
married. Talking about society's brainwashing. See that conspiracy shit that you do, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to go jump down the rabbit hole, go there.
Look, the same way you think is something wrong with Cam Newton dressing crazy and having
I don't think there's a problem with that. I literally have no problem with him dressing like that.
But it goes off as the radar in your head. You're like, something's off here.
No, I don't know.
Hey, if Cam want to dress like that, then that's his prerogative.
Exactly. That's my favorite player. I don't think nothing about that. Russell Westbrook does the same thing.
I hate the fact that people say the way he dresses takes away from him playing football. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into that.
How, Sway?
We ain't gonna talk about that right now.
I'm saying we're talking about marriage. I think we question. You know what I'm saying? You either want to get married or you don't, and that goes into your value in marriage or not. You know what I'm saying? That's
I think it's a good gesture. Yeah. It's a good gesture. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if they want to act right,
they just think about it too small, man. It's not like a goodwill gesture. That's so small minded.
Talking about like 10 years from now, 5, 10 years.
You're gonna get to that point where dating is just not. It ain't where it's at no more.
It ain't. That shit dead. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Just waiting on these benefits that cannot be attained while in a regular relationship. That's what I want to hear. Specific benefits that I cannot get from just being a regular boyfriend.
You gotta have.
All right, there.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta
Security,
strive for
man.
greatness, my nigga.
Security.
Hey, if you with that girl, all right, I'm gonna give you a simple one. If you with that girl for 1,000,000 years and she dies and y'all ain't married, you ain't getting none of her fucking what is that, Social Security or whatever the fuck you get when somebody dies. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bad example, but
Hey, it's a benefit. It's a benefit, right? Hey, look, he looking for a benefit. I gave him a lot of good stuff. He looking for a simple benefit. There you go.
I mean, you got a point. I don't like how you did it, but you got a point.
I mean, there's lots of benefits with it. There's just
I gave him a bunch of different ones, and he
You
talking
just
about some bullshit, so I gave him a different one.
you're right. It
But,
just
see, but look, Alex, look, I can just leave her. I can just leave her in my will, and she can get all that. We good.
all right.
Have you written the will yet?
You think she's gonna leave you in her will?
That's what I'm saying.
nah.
Most people don't even write wills before they die.
Hey, see for yourself.
Oh,
You
guess
were
Think
what?
she's gonna leave you in her will?
Yeah, I got a will.
Okay, I don't. So
Oh,
I don't either.
I had one when I was in the military, but I don't now. But that's what I'm saying.
I got the money dividend. I got 500K over here, 400K over here.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I had to sign that paperwork.
Yeah, exactly.
So shit, hey, we straight. Somebody balling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying
Yeah,
that's
I got
because
a
they
will.
forced us to do. I'm saying people who aren't actually thinking about something like that. Do you think that they already did it? Besides Devontae.
Well, I had got life
All right.
insurance, and they talked about it for me, so I just made a will, so they can
Okay.
stop asking me about it. It's been the same for the last 5 years. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean that concludes Love with Don John. You know what I'm saying? If you want questions added to our segment, hit your boy Don John or hit up the WXG podcast and we'll have you featured. So we're gonna move on to the next segment. The next segment here is everybody in this room registered to vote? I need to know.
100%.
Yeah.
Ain't on cap, but nah.
Hey, bro. Hell no.
Hey, of course.
I'm gonna hit you with the link.
One would be him, bro.
I'm gonna hit you with the link.
Bro, it's been all over Instagram.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna need you to do that. I'm gonna need you to do that too.
He might think it's a
tomorrow.
conspiracy to vote.
Well, before you say that, do you have any intentions on voting or want to vote?
Absolutely not. That's why I ain't registered.
Okay.
No.
Hey, another question: are you one of these people that complain about what's going on in the world, and you didn't make a register?
I know
he
my
doesn't
place.
complain about it.
You know your.
I know not
Hey,
to
hell
say.
nah, bro.
I can't stand niggas that don't vote and then they
Come on,
complain.
I mean, he lying about that.
Yeah.
He was complaining when COVID was happening. He was like, man, why we working? But down the street, they ain't working.
That ain't got nothing to do with the president.
What you mean? It has a lot to do with it. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to vote.
You voted. Well, I say we're voting for more than the president.
Yes, definitely more than the president.
Yeah, this is about all the
Oh, you like from the bottom up, boy. You go local.
Hey, bro. Hey, real one.
The president has a lot of effect over a lot of the states on which way they chose to do certain things.
Yeah, like local
Yeah,
government.
I said if you definitely have a problem with COVID, you should definitely vote to get our governor out of his seat. If you definitely had a problem with
And
that.
then he was highly influenced by Trump. So I mean, there you go. What do you mean?
Hey, bottom line is you need to register, man. Whether you believe in it or not, like we need every vote to get this situation handled. Like we need to vote.
Look,
hey, if you vote the other way, you might want to leave him out.
Wholeheartedly no.
Unless you're trying to vote for him. Unless you're trying to vote for
I'm just fucking with you, man.
Just vote.
Over there.
Either way, you
just
go.
vote.
That's whatever,
Look, I know I'm being stubborn. I'm too old for this, but guess what? Some people are always stuck in their ways, and it's just one of those things. Your boy ain't doing it.
All right.
I guess you're gonna learn the hard way.
All
right. Moving on. Okay, so we're gonna move into it kind of goes along the lines of where we've been talking about, but it follows the question: do you think black men support black women on issues? For example, the amount of coverage that George Floyd got versus Breonna Taylor. I mean, Breonna Taylor's happened a few months before it actually started getting attention. The George Floyd happened pretty much simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? So it's like do y'all believe that the coverage of, when it happens to a black woman is lesser than when it happens to a black male? I know they're generally not covered, you know what I'm saying? It's not covered a lot, period. But you know what I'm saying? Women's issues get covered a lot less. I mean, we see that with sports. We see that with telecasting. We see that with everything. So do y'all think that black women is less covered when it comes pertaining to issues, to values, anything like that?
For personally, for that particular example, I don't think that was the case. I think the case with that was with one of them you had video footage and then the other one you didn't, which is why one of them was more highly publicized than the other one was. That's my personal opinion on that.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess from Alice's point of view, that makes sense. But in general, I have to say no.
Okay, you say no, as in they get the same amount of coverage, or you think they get less?
They get less. My bad. They don't. They don't get the same amount of coverage as the male do. Males do.
Okay, yeah, and yeah, I think. What do you think that? What do you guys think that stems for? You think it's just the sexism of, women, period, and then you add the, black to it, and that being an issue for us anyway? Or do y'all feel is it deeper? Is it another form of suppression?
I think it's 100% sexist.
Okay.
Yeah.
The male
Okay, yeah.
society.
So you think it's sexism in society that is suppressing?
Males are. I just feel like in society, males are looked at as the more, I don't know,
Period.
superior being or superior. What is it?
Gender.
Gender. Yeah.
Gender.
So that's the way
Okay, so
I just feel like it's a sexist. Yeah. Sexist
okay,
thing.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that. So basically, when it comes to support, when it comes to society, when it comes to a lot of things, so we could put some context behind this. We feel that it is a lot more males and dominating the whole industry, whatever it is, than there are females, and that adds to the overall perception that we see when it comes to representation in media, in issues, and that all trickles down to whatever issue is going on. So we see that as the Breonna Taylor issue. We see that as just women rights. You know what I'm saying? Once we got rights, there was like another woman rights thing that happened. You got the abortion thing. So there's so many other issues that just don't get the amount of coverage as other issues get, and pertaining to women. And then this issue came up. I think it was like, maybe it was Black Twitter, but it was just a lot of directness with at black males not supporting black females. And then a more recent case, you see it with the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion thing. There was a lot of back and forth on both sides of that, but this is like kind of like the first time I've seen them not pertaining, but what am I trying to say? This is the first time I've seen more people take Megan's side, or the males or the female side versus the male side on an issue. Usually it's, there's a justification that they give the male, or there's some type of justification that or excuse they give the male for doing whatever they did, due to their position or their likability, or what I'm saying, that thereof. So let's just kind of throw that in there for a little urban, what I'm saying, music spear or whatever like that. How do y'all feel about all that? I feel like I said a lot to say.
You did say a lot.
Yeah.
You really think people are siding with Megan more? Because it just seems like, I don't know. It seems like Tory getting a lot of people on his side, because people are like, we need to hear his side of the story. And to be honest, since hearing his side of the story, I really think he shot Megan the side now.
Oh yeah,
No questions about it.
I think he did. I'm so sure he did.
Yeah, like that. Like I did want to hear his side of the story, because I'm very curious what was his perspective on it. And since it came out, I really thought he just shot it and didn't give a fuck about it. Personally.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm only 7 tracks in, so what I'm saying, I can't really. But like, I feel like he didn't indirectly or directly say that he didn't do it. So I feel like he did. So
which is which is the problem.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he was kind of leaning both ways, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Both ways for sure.
So
I
it
was like,
kind of makes it.
crazy stuff.
He just saying she got shot, but I might not have did or done it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, huh?
Yeah, bro, I said I didn't need the album. I just need you to get on Instagram Live, Quarantine Radio, and tell your side of the story of what happened. That's all.
Exactly.
That's it.
This
You
man
got
gave
the whole album.
me an album, which I didn't like, and I hate I wasted about 30 minutes listening to it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's that one listen to. I just was like, come on, man. I could have been doing other. I could have been listening to other things. God damn it.
I was feeling GOAT vibes from that album, man. That album was just too real, man. Just
Go.
You talk,
I
you
don't
talking
know.
about
Toxic
JR?
vibe.
bruh.
You
He
talking
was
about
nobody.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. So can we all agree that? Well, I don't know. I feel like he got a lot of backlash. I feel like he got a lot of backlash. Which
He
is
got a lot of backlash because he made an album. I made an album about it. It still really hasn't said, "Hey, I didn't shoot."
He didn't do it.
Or, "Hey, hey, I'm sorry that I shot Megan Thee Stallion."
yeah.
And then, and then he wasn't talking about her toe injury. Like, I broke my toe. I still have problem walking. She walking fine. Come on, bro. I don't need that, bro. Now you just sound stupid.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the backlash that's coming from Tory Lanez from dropping his album was his timing on dropping the album.
Yeah,
Like he dropped
it's not the right time.
Yeah, right when the Breonna Taylor case stuff happened, and it just wasn't the time to.
That's what I'm saying. It kind of feels that kind of like masculinity that people that they throw out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? My issue is greater than the women's issue. And I think that's what you said, that's why he got a lot of backlash, because the Breonna Taylor case, so they were indicted or whatever like that, but it was such a low category and it wasn't even directly influenced by her death. It was for the negligence of the cops shooting into another building that got them charged. It wasn't her death or the fact that they, did the no-knock warrant and then, shot her inadvertently as her boyfriend was defending themselves in their house that, came to the conclusion. It was the fact that bullets went into another building that got them, got them charged. Well, got that one dude charged. So it's kind of like, damn, they really devalue Black women in general, but then Black women are, underneath that, it's almost like, so I think him dropping on that, it's just like, damn, like, what level of, disrespect are we going to take when it comes to women's issues, and it's particularly Black women's issues. So obviously on this one, we seem to be on Megan's side, so we are kind of changing the narrative. Some of us are on the Megan side, where we just kind of wanted a one-sided answer, a one-sided thing, like, hey, A, did you do it? B, if you did do it, why'd you do it? And then C, apologize for doing it or not doing it. So, like, what I'm saying, that's what we wanted. And then we got a 17 track project, you know what I'm saying?
Godflow, energy, storytelling.
So you're on the side of Tory Lanez here, real one.
Bro,
I think he just like that album in general.
I mean, yeah, first off, I'm separating the incident from the album as a whole.
Okay.
I'm keeping that separate. Secondly, he says multiple times on the project that he can't legally talk about it.
Okay.
So obviously he can't just be out here apologizing for something, this, that, and the third. He's a free man. He's not trying to incriminate himself.
Okay. That's
Guy
fair.
leaves something out. He brought up a lot of other stuff that would lead me to believe that if he could talk about it, then he would. Of course, people are trying to group it together with the Breonna Taylor thing, but it's a whole separate issue. They just really kind of being anal about that at this point. They're trying to kind of comes off as a little insensitive. Clearly, he let her speak her side. He was quiet for this long. When is going to be a good time for him to come out and And if everyone else has an opinion, why would he care about their opinion? Even when it's his life, it's his issue, and music is what he does. They really expect him not to release a project at any given point, no matter what time it is. He's gonna speak on it. He's gonna like, this is like, you know, his mental. If you listen to the intro alone, everyone's gonna have something negative to say about a negative situation.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's just
100%.
like,
But you know how the
it's not
media
like-
does.
regardless, he's not.
Exactly.
It's a lose-lose. So you might as well do it on his own terms.
Okay,
That's
I see that and I respect that. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's just really easy to group all these things together, and it just kind of points to the narrative that is getting played, like black men don't support black women issue.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
But he said he wants her back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He said he said what they had was good. You know, everybody makes mistakes. I mean, it's a big mistake, but
I don't think no one
yeah.
wants to shoot you in a foot mistake.
I mean,
I'm about to
I'm
say,
pretty sure
there's
he'll
no
say that
card,
right
there's
now
no-
with the trial and everything. He's got to play the part.
Exactly. There's
True,
no
true.
card for that though. Like, yeah, I shot you in
Yeah.
the foot.
I mean, do we really think he shot her on purpose?
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yes.
matter if it was on
Yes.
purpose or on accident, he still shot her.
He still shot her.
Yeah.
Like, it's the fact that
They-
he still
he
did
had
If
it.
they shoot you on accident, you gonna be pissed like too. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I feel like,
what's
I
the
feel like
difference?
he did some wild stuff, and now I heard a lot of stuff about the whole R. Kelly stuff. They're giving him the R. Kelly treatment where he's making good music, so they just gonna disregard what he actually did. Like, it reminds me of that Boondocks episode where he's making good music, so they just
yeah,
Allegedly.
You talking about
Man
that
said
Chris
the
Brown
Boondocks.
episode or whatever?
nah, he's
I thought he's talking about the R. Kelly trial. They had the
R.
R.
Kelly
Kelly
trial.
trial.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about the Chris Brown thing when Chris
People
Brown
were
was like
singing in
doing
the
all
court
that
and
wild
jump.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he said, yeah, I was messed up. Anytime.
For
A
sure.
little bit of both.
All right, so let's kind of wrap it back then. Do y'all think the $14 million settlement that Breonna Taylor's family got justified them not arresting those other three cops or the other cops that were there?
No.
Nope, that's a
No.
buyout.
No,
It was a
No.
cop
but
out.
from what I've heard, I feel like she was just like wrong place, wrong time, kind of type thing.
You feel like that?
Yeah, because all right, so and I've listened to just one podcast about it, but so they were talking about it, basically saying that. So basically, the cops had a no-knock warrant or whatever. Some people, like one group of neighbors said they heard him knock. One group of neighbors said they didn't hear him knock.
Yeah.
When they busted through the door, apparently what happened was the boyfriend was in the house and he shot first, which is why they started shooting back, and that's why she was killed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. But I've heard other stuff which would make me think like what the cops did was kind of shady, even leading up to the situation. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what gets
They were
me.
trying to cover it up.
Huh?
I said, I heard somebody said that they were trying to cover it up. Like if they
yeah,
were
I heard they tried to cover it up. I heard that they were
Like-
also the only reason they were watching her house was because the guy she used to date was a drug dealer or something like that. And she hadn't been dating that guy for however long. She hadn't been dating that guy. So that's the only reason why they were even coming to her house with a no-knock warrant.
And then
I
the
heard
fact that the dude.
I also heard that the way they got the warrant was kind of shady. So it's just a bunch of.
There's a lot of dark.
I was
courts
just tripping
things
out
going on.
about like the body cam, the camera stuff. Like
Oh,
they showed
yeah,
that they
I
had the
forgot
body
about
cam
that
like on the
part, too.
outside and stuff, and then like they were talking about during the raid, like it didn't record. So I was like, I don't understand. Like, did somebody like on the outside? They said they recorded, like started recording when they were outside the house, but it didn't record when they were inside during the raid, which felt kind of shady to me.
What was shady was they told Breonna Taylor's mother that, you can't come to the house. Like, we'll let you know when she goes to the hospital, knowing that they killed her daughter.
Yeah.
I heard that. I was just like,
Yeah.
this is a huge mess. That's why I think that settlement, they thought they could just, push it
Just
off.
silence
they know
them, just pay them
they
off.
dig deeper. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and I think that's the
also, I also kind of feel like um, they weren't indicted, and it's not like it was a grand jury of our peers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Mhm.
if there's anybody to blame, it's our peers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we
Y'all
had
think?
a chance to do it, and it didn't happen. So
Yeah.
And do you think there is maybe a level of influence, maybe currency exchange?
could have been. It could have been definitely 100% could have been.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like the bigger issue here is negligence. Like there is no consequence from the level of negligence displayed by those, enacting that warrant. I get it. Like you're doing a job. The dude was already apprehended before you went in. So maybe make a little final check. Like, okay, you're checking on your equipment, you're checking on your info all the way up to the point before you do this raid. Or not raid. I'm thinking a whole other thing. But anyway, so you're doing this no not warrant. Then you do that, you see the person's already been apprehended, so you don't even need to do this. But they had it already in their head that they were already going to go in this place. And I just feel like, some cops are cowboys, man. We have those in any profession where you are able to use a weapon. Like, what I'm saying? You have cowboys all out here. So I feel like regardless if they had known that that person had been apprehended, oh man, what if there's some other evidence and we can go in here? I still think they would have, still enacted that no knock warrant because there's no real consequence for them, not doing it. Like, what I'm saying? There's no real consequence that they feel will be bestowed on them. So it's just like, dang, what, what I'm saying? There's no left or right limit for them. This is kind of like willy nilly. There's so many gray areas that they can operate in. But I kind of lost my way kind of thinking about that. I was going to say something else. But anyway, so yeah, the settlement, $12 million settlement, I feel like it would have been heavily justified if the officers involved, especially the ones who, busted shots, were given something like, what I'm saying, they brought them in or something, it would have been more appreciated versus just, hey, here's this money. Okay, let's get over this. Because I almost feel like they're just like, we're so sick of hearing about her name, hearing about this issue. We're just gonna give you some money, and then you're just gonna do, this is just gonna disappear, and we're gonna go back to however we do this shit. So I feel like it's not justified. And then going back to what Alex said about peers, it's kind of sad to say that kind of feeds the narrative that we don't support some of us don't support our own issues and things, and how we look at things overall is just kind of crazy. That's clearly this could have went another way. So
Yeah.
100%.
a lot to say a little. Okay, so does anybody have anything else versus the issue of whether or not we support, Black women issues? I know everybody in here support the Black women issues because we all, well, I can't speak for us all, but we all predominantly are with Black women here. So, that don't mean nothing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But okay. All right, so we can go ahead and move on to sports. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we had a pretty intense conversation with all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we can kind of lighten the load here. And we're going to start off with the topic I've been thinking about. You know what I'm
Hating
saying?
ass
When I
topic.
wrote, when I was kind of thinking of this, you know what I'm saying?
When you was on your hating juice.
Is and it goes with
You can't ever
Giannis
let other
Antetokounmpo.
people shine.
I'm just saying, on Giannis Antetokounmpo, winning defensive player of the year and MVP in the same year. Did he
Oh my
deserve
gosh.
both of the
Like my
awards
boy
or not?
King.
And are you surprised that he won both, or more surprised that LeBron got so few votes for MVP?
Yeah,
I'm gonna start first.
Start with the homer first.
Yes. Go ahead.
I do believe I started off like this. I do believe LeBron's the best player in the NBA. And
Okay.
I know I said last year Kawhi was, but I was a prisoner of the moment because Kawhi was going buck nasty on anybody who wanted to smoke.
Okay.
Did Giannis deserve the MVP? It's a regular season award.
Yeah.
He and he had a amazing regular season just like LeBron. But like someone told me, why you gonna give first place to the nigga who ain't gonna win? Does it even fucking matter at the end of the day? Y'all knew he wasn't winning that award. Let's be real. Let's be dead honest. Y'all really knew he wasn't winning that award, and the fact he got 15 votes is good enough. He went with it. It's a narrative. It was Giannis year to win, best record, best team. We knew that. Defensive Player of the Year award. I mean, he was top 3 last year. I mean, it could have went either Anthony Davis or him. I know he ain't got the stats for it, but I mean, he's not really in the paint blocking shots like that, and most people don't really try him on defense. So, but he has the whole, advanced stats going with him, and I know AD has the advanced stats, the defensive stats too. I have no problem with him getting it. But yeah,
Okay.
that's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna go next then, since Don's so adamant. Okay, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? And this is my only gripe with these awards, right? They always release these awards so deep into the playoffs, and the people who end up winning them get eliminated or have terrible performances in these playoffs, and that's the last thing we see. So it just adds fuel to the fire. Like, damn, why the hell are we giving them this? And then when they get to the playoffs, they're garbage. It's a regular season award. So why, at the conclusion of the regular season, don't they just give out the freaking awards before the playoffs? So therefore, we need performances in the playoffs and shit. I know they have enough time to put in these votings before the playoffs begin, and just have a whole day where there's no games or anything, and they just go through. Okay, Defensive Player of the Year, boom. MVP, boom. Sixth Man of the Year, boom. Coach of the Year, boom. Just give out all those. We just focus on the playoffs.
So basically, your problem is they should just, as soon as the season ends, the award should be given out. That's your problem. That's what I'm hearing.
That's more of my problem because if we're gonna give it to if we're gonna give it to people.
Well, hold on. Before you continue the subject, so basically you saying Giannis deserved it, but you just wish they gave it out earlier. Gotcha. That's what I'm hearing.
Hey, I didn't get to that part. I didn't get to that part.
All right. Let me speak on that point real quick.
Right.
I think the only pushback on that point would be, what if there's a close race all the way up until the last game? You know what I'm saying? Or when did they put in the votes?
Basically, at the start or right before the start of the bubble, basically. So no one would be swayed by the bubble play.
That's what I'm saying. So they need to announce.
The bubble started either right. It started before the bubble. That's all I can say.
I'm talking. All right, let's talk about regular year.
Regular year before the COVID started. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, Giannis, right before the season ended, Giannis got injured, and he's probably gonna be out for a few weeks. I think if the season has kept going, LeBron would have won the MVP because Giannis would have sat out. I don't think he would have called in wins, but I think he would have had enough momentum to get the award. If I'm gonna be honest.
And my issue with it, Giannis getting I feel like it almost it's a narrative based award. I feel like once the narrative gets that he meets these criteria, they're automatically going to give it to that person. It happened with LeBron. It's happened with every person who win the MVP, because you look back throughout the years, there's always two people balling out, and then there's like one person gets it, and you're like, okay, I can see that. Or it's like, oh, how the hell did that happen? And I think it's just too narrative based. I don't know. I don't even know how you fix it.
I feel like your problem is you're in that camp of you want another award added, as in MVP and best player in the league.
No,
because you feel like LeBron should have got that award. But I feel like he shouldn't have got that award because Giannis was the better player throughout the year. But we all know LeBron is the best player in the NBA. So it's just a different thing. It's not the same thing.
True, but I'm just saying, like Don said, when it comes to the award, I'm sorry, I'm hogging the mic right now, but I'm just saying, LeBron, I feel like he should have got the award this year, particularly than any other year. I think other years he finished like top 3, whatever like that. I feel like this year, we're talking about positioning. You talking about from taking a team who didn't even make the playoffs, it was, a bottom seed, to taking them to the first seed in the Western Conference. You talking about all these parameters that he was meeting. You got to factor in this is his 17th year in the league and he's
He's not
still
doing it
playing
by
at.
himself.
No, we can't.
LeBron
Yeah,
James
we
got
can't.
another
yeah,
top
yeah.
5 player in the NBA on this
Yeah,
team.
yeah. I don't
And
care
we
about all that, but I'm just saying
and
he's
we
still
and,
performing.
and we definitely
That factors into everything.
I know it
and we
factors
definitely
in.
can't factor is his 17th season. It's how you play on the court. Age don't really matter at the end of the day.
It does. Because
How
he's
you
still
how you
LeBron.
play?
He's still
It's how you
LeBron, 17th
it's how
year.
you play. It's how you play, and also the factor where he took a bottom seed team who was in the playoff before he got injured last year. If Giannis went on the Bucks, them niggas would be fucking ass.
That's true.
If you take
Fucking
LeBron,
I
ass.
don't know.
All
In
right,
the East,
If
it's gonna be
Bucks,
like
I
if,
digress.
if
I
if you
digress.
take LeBron off of the Lakers, they have Anthony Davis, and they would not be ass.
They wouldn't be ass, but
They
they
would
wouldn't be at where they at.
Shit, the Bucks wouldn't either. Without Giannis, the Bucks are a
They
terrible
making it.
team.
in the
They will
East.
make. They'll
Open
be.
In the
that.
East, they'll be
Hey,
like
Hey,
6
they'll be
The
in
Magic,
the
maybe. I know the
playoffs.
Bucks will be.
They would be fighting for with the fucking Magic. Let's not try to give this team any fucking more credit than they deserve. I'm not even trying to hear
All
none
I'm
of
saying,
that.
hey, he can have the defensive player of the year. I can see them, but I thought Anthony Davis was gonna get it, but no, but then you know what I'm saying. I get it. I get him getting that, but obviously, I think LeBron should have won the MVP. If there's any year to give it to him, it would have been this year. But you know what I'm saying. I respect Giannis as a baller. He got both awards. Good for him. You know, he joins company of Michael Jordan, and I forgot the other person who has multiple
Hakeem
MVPs.
Olajuwon.
Okay, there
Hakeem
we go.
Olajuwon.
I couldn't think of the last person.
If you want to go at a base level,
David Robertson.
he had his team was the best team all year. They had the best record. I mean, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. Narrative. Anybody else have anything to say? I know we kind of beat this
I
shit
do.
up over here. Go
I
ahead.
I don't really care too much about like who won, but I will say how I watched the LeBron interview about how the voting needs to change because they're just the people who vote don't really have a great aspect on basketball.
Yeah, that's
Like,
another
for me,
whole issue.
I disagree with that.
Well,
because
some of them
I mean,
though.
Hey, let him finish. Let him
Because
finish. Let him finish.
my
like
bad, Cam, my bad.
I think about the most improved player. I know for sure it should have went to Devontae Graham. I don't know.
Bad.
Who did it go to?
Devontae Graham. It went to Luka.
Yep.
No,
I
it
know
went to
Brandon
BI.
It went to BI.
It went to BI.
I mean, yo,
Really?
It went to
I mean,
BI.
Luka,
Yeah, it went to
Brandon Ingram
Luka
though,
was
like,
Luka was a top 3 candidate. He was like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't be
BI got
I
it.
shouldn't be a candidate. Devontae Graham should because he's averaged 4 points last year. He almost averaged 20 this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just
that's true.
I get it. It
Oh,
could have been
wow.
a cold word for that one, but hey, Brandon Ingram was balling out, man.
Yeah,
I get that, but the whole thing about improvement, I looked at it like Devontae Graham went from scoring 4 points a game to 17 a game.
That's
So-
and don't forget the assist. And he went to top 10 assists.
I
Yeah,
can
it's
agree with that.
just it was just kind of it was to me. I just think like maybe the voting should just be changed, or the people who vote should just have something to do with basketball.
Who would you say would vote then?
I mean, I would just maybe even like retired, like people who actually like take consideration game, like how they have the panel for TNT, like people like that vote because they
I mean, but
actually
you got-
watch the games.
But you got to think about this too, though. Like those people are biased. I mean, like you think Paul Pierce voting for LeBron James?
Hell no.
No, he
That's
gonna vote for himself.
That's why he said TNT and not ESPN.
I mean, but it's
they
gonna
had,
be
like-
it's gotta be more than 3 people, 4 people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotta
He
be
said more
yeah.
people like that, though. He said more people like that.
Yeah, I just people that understand basketball because I mean they had like magazines voting, and they had Stephen A. Smith voting.
I mean, but
Like, I saw
I mean,
the
but my point
I'm
on
okay with
that
Stephen A.
is
Smith
these people have also been studying the game for years. I mean, Stephen A. Smith has been in basketball for maybe 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Just because he didn't play doesn't mean he doesn't know the game.
yeah.
He played, just not at a high level.
He played.
He played,
I mean,
just not at a high level.
To add on to it, I think they know who's voting, and when someone does a terrible vote, like Luka Doncic for first team all defense, or Andre Drummond for first team all defense, or someone who clearly isn't deserving of MVP getting an MVP vote, I think they should have their voting rights restricted because Andre Drummond shouldn't be getting no votes for first team all defense or defensive player of the year award. Neither should Luka. That whoever did that, they don't need to vote no more. They should be fired. different votes.
And that's what they said
And,
about.
and
And that's
that's
what.
the
Go ahead.
I think, and that's the kind of stuff people are mostly talking about. Oh, and like I said earlier, don't get me wrong. Should LeBron have more votes? It's debatable. My whole point is, if you're not really you're in it, but we all know who was gonna win it because off the regular season, and that's no offense to LeBron. He had a great season. It was young this year again.
You're right. You're right.
It's
You're
like how I
right.
feel
Yeah.
about. It's like how I feel about the Russell Wilson not receiving the MVP vote ever. I said, when the fuck has he ever been the MVP ever, or even deserved MVP?
Wait, hello.
No offense. No
Last
offense,
year?
Evan. No. Over Lamar, you gonna vote Russell over Lamar last year? Come on.
Oh, okay, different Russell. I was about to say hello. Don't get me
Oh, I'm
started.
talking about Russell Wilson. My bad.
Oh,
Hey,
Any-
I'm not bringing up Westbrook.
okay.
So I just want to I want to give a quick little score check in here. 80-67 right now. Lakers up.
Yeah, they closing this out.
But okay.
They was-
Anybody else want to speak on these? Speak on this. Evan, you got anything? Real one, you got anything?
No, I mean, now the NBA is more about analytics. Of course, they're going to go with more stats and numbers and everything. I mean, Giannis deserved it by numbers and everything, so I wasn't surprised when he won it.
Okay. Real one. A real one.
I ain't heard that man's voice in forever, bro.
Shit, I forgot he was here.
I'm in the cut, soaking up in all the information, man. You know what I'm saying?
What you got? What you got on this?
You talking about all this
Ready
dang
to fight.
defensive player of the year, all this crap, man? Look, it's an inexact science, man. You know what I'm saying? At any given point, you can give it to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You can give it to this guy, you can give it to that guy. It's just you shouldn't get too wrapped up in it, man. It don't mean nothing. Only thing that should matter is that chip.
All right. That's what you want to look at it.
I think he's just saying that because his team ain't in there. I mean, his player that he want to win ain't up there.
I mean, who's your favorite player right now?
Right now, currently playing?
Yeah.
Shoot. Nobody for real.
No.
If I had to choose a dog in the race who's currently in the playoffs right now, I go with my boy. This is sleeper. Y'all ain't gonna think this. I'm going with the Dragon.
I mean, I can see
Really?
why.
On the Heat?
That man Dragic is beast.
Yeah.
Dragic?
That man's a hooper.
okay.
I've always
I
been
respect that.
a Dragic fan ever since he was he with the Suns at one time?
Yeah, him
Yeah.
and
Oh, wait,
Isaiah
my boy
Thomas
dunked
was there
on
at
him.
one point.
I was about to say, yeah, Derrick Rose dunked on him.
When my boy Derrick Rose ended his career
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, he used to hoop though.
He got,
Oh, yeah.
he got drafted
I
by
mean, I don't know why I'm saying
he
used to. He's
was
still
tacked.
hooping, so but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I didn't think.
was
I
just
thought
random.
I thought he was done.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought he was done.
I mean, he didn't play that much regular season games. He was on the bench for bench.
He was hurt
who
a lot.
started? I didn't know he was hurt. I just thought he wasn't playing. So I was very surprised to see him start and average 20.
Well, I mean, yes,
Over
that's why
20.
none got a lot of PT because Dragic was out for a while. But then none ended up getting hurt, and then that's when Dragic came back on.
I feel like he did get hurt. I feel like Eric Spoelstra was playing everybody. I know how these games work. We're gonna hide the better player on the bench. Tell see it coming.
All right. Hey, they kind of segue into another segment we got. Who's your postseason EVP so far?
Postseason?
Postseason
Murray.
MVP.
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, I gotta agree with
Jamal
I gotta
Murray.
agree with them. Just because I don't like the Lakers, I can't pick LBJ.
If we talking about just this
I'ma see-
postseason
I'ma
alone
see
right now,
hero.
it's got to be Jamal Murray.
Yeah, he balling out. I ain't gonna lie, he balling out, but
He is.
he about to get eliminated. But hey, so who y'all got? Who you got postseason MVP thus far? It could be a role player. It could be anybody.
I would go with either Jamal or Jimmy.
Jimmy Bucket.
I'll say Bam.
Jimmy
say
would definitely
Bam.
be second
Okay. Real one. Who you
because
got?
a lot of what Jimmy does ain't on stats.
Yeah.
No.
I'm
All right,
Murray all the way.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I say I'm Murray all the way, man. He's just doing everything. He's been doing all the highlights and stuff. He's been, saying the right things in the interviews. He got the motivation. I mean, they already made history coming back from 3-1 twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Okay.
gotta go.
No. I 100% agree with you. Boy balling out of his socks right now. Hey, Cam, who you got? Did you already say? I forgot.
I'm gonna have to say Hero.
Hero? Hero has been
I
balling.
like Tyler Hero, man.
Okay.
They like Tyler Hero and AD.
Yeah, I'm saying AD. Especially coming up clutch with that game winner. Boy been balling out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, that shit was pure nasty. All right. So since we got that out the way, with these playoffs coming to the end, we still got the Celtics. They bought they stamped their ticket. You know what I'm saying, to go to another game. But who y'all got in the finals?
Sir.
Heat and Lakers.
This boy got the hat on. I just noticed that.
Yep.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm gonna have to get a new one if they win the chip this year.
They ain't winning no chip, but
Yeah, we all know that ain't happening. So,
yeah,
yeah.
they ain't even getting out. They ain't even getting out of the Eastern Conference. But that's another
Y'all
story.
said the same thing. We made a bet with Shelby about motherfucking Toronto. Now look at Shelby and look at the jersey in my goddamn closet.
Hey, look. Only reason we got that jersey in our closet is because everybody got hurt. Please. Let
You're right,
let the record.
we still made the bet.
Hey, we did make the bet. Just like when I made that bet with Jamal. I think I made a bet with Jamal that the Warriors gonna win one year, and they lost because I think it was that same year everybody got hurt.
Yeah, it's that year, same year.
Yeah, same year. But it was like, well, everybody got hurt, so I lost,
Hey,
but it was on technicality.
Yeah. All right. Hey. All right. So let's just go down the line and make this a little bit more unanimous. Hey, Evan, who you got? Who you got in the finals this year, man?
You talking about who's playing or I got winning the thing? I mean, the finals I got the Heat and the Lakers, and I get the Lakers in like 5.
Okay. Who's the MVP?
AD.
AD. Okay. Hey.
Only reason why because I feel like LeBron doing it on purpose.
Nah, I could definitely see AD getting it, and that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Lakers and Heat, and then Lakers in 5, and then AD getting that award, that MVP. Hey Al, who you got? Who you got in the finals? Who you got winning the MVP?
Got Lakers in 5 versus whoever. It don't matter. I think I think LeBron gonna get it, and the reason I think LeBron gonna get it is because if they face the Heat or the Celtics, they don't got anybody on the outside who can guard LeBron. So
You right. They about to
Basically, I heard Alex say he ain't watching no more of the Eastern Conference Finals.
I ain't watched the playoffs after the Clippers lost, so fuck it.
What? You haven't watched none of these games? These games been good.
Nope. I'm watching this game right now. It's like, why am I watching this? I already know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's how
damn.
that's how I'm looking at it.
But
about to dab up.
Even if the Nuggets pull out this victory tonight, it's like, okay. I mean, like
LeBron about to go
LeBron,
for
if he
real.
needs to, he'll go 50. You know what I'm saying? He'll go for 50, but he's just not doing
I
it.
really feel like we said this when they were Clippers up 3-1, and then the Denver won one game.
There's a difference between LeBron and AD and Kawhi and Paul George, who's pandemic P. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time he was good in the playoffs? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, I feel like we said the same thing when they were down 3-1.
There's a
you're right. There's a
difference.
difference. I'm gonna keep hope.
Hey, they ain't winning this game tonight. They ain't winning
that
this
block
game.
was.
Ooh,
I
get
don't
that
know.
block.
Yeah, that block was crazy.
I don't know, man.
Come here.
Who you got? Who you got, Don?
Hey, I got that Boston Lakers, Boston and 4.
That nigga got a miracle.
Hey, Vontae,
You know he ain't allowed to.
Miracle.
Hey, bro, you trying to put some money on it?
Oh no, I ain't trying to put the money on it.
That man doing some miracle ball over here. That happened. That's 2 miracles.
Come on, man. Don't worry. Y'all act like surprise. I said I've been saying Boston and 4 for every series.
I'm about to say.
I'm asking for money on every series.
Hey Cam, who you got?
I've been getting mad disrespectful on every series.
No, I'm saying Lakers Heat, and I'm gonna say Lakers in 5.
Okay. Who the MVP?
I'm gonna say AD because I don't really know if they can guard him.
That shit.
Alright.
Technically, no one can guard this man.
Only reason I didn't say AD because I think Bam might give him a little bit of problems down there.
I mean, they can have Dwight. They can have Dwight Howard on them.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I think Bam is gonna be on AD on defense.
I mean, he should be. I think they're most gonna run his own, but
Yeah, they've been running
I
this
don't
on
think
heavy.
Bam. I don't think Bam could stop AD just because of his height, and AD mostly takes the pull ups and fadeaways
Yeah,
because
exactly.
he's not a paint player like that. Guarding Giannis, it would be easier for Bam because Giannis is going to the paint. Guarding AD, he's controlling that mid range game and taking threes, so it'll be a little harder.
He's taking them
But
out of the
I think,
paint.
yeah, AD try to get in the paint. I think Bam lock it down.
Yeah, when you said Celtics in 4, I was about to go to my bank, sell my house, and be like, "How much you want to bet?" I'm gonna sell my car
Man said easy money.
bet the opposite way.
hey, real one,
My
who
boy
you
Ken
got?
said, "I bet the house."
Really?
Yo, why they only winning by 2? What just happened?
The Lakers
Hey,
just
Murray,
they just doing the fouling, man.
Murray came back. All right. So, if anybody else got anything else, we're gonna go ahead and cap this episode 6.
And it's a shame we never got to talk about the Clippers. I'm just saying we never got to talk about that.
I mean,
I'm mad at that.
They trash.
I don't even want to
It's
talk
all
about him, bro. Get him out
don't
of
need
my
to
I
mind.
know. That's what I wanted to talk about because I know Alex didn't want to talk about
I heard about that. If Paul George talked about we got it next year, everybody was looking at him.
Bro, if Paul George would have said that to me, I might have slapped him.
Bro, he's been garbage, bro. They just tied. Oh no, they didn't tie it. Why would you
Bro,
throw
you the
that?
cause of this.
it. Hey, man.
He must have seen that pass that Markieff Morris.
Exactly.
Let's go ahead and end the episode.
All right, yeah. All right. This has been another episode of Working with the Genius podcast. I'm your host Tyra Morrow. We got the crew in the building, and we want to thank you for listening to this episode. If you want to listen to the episode, we are on every podcast platform, U.S. internationally. So you know what I'm saying. We're also on YouTube. You can find us at Working with Genius Pod. If you want to follow us on Instagram or Facebook, the Instagram is WXG Podcast, and then Facebook is Working with a Genius Podcast. You can also go to the website, workingwithagenius.com, for to get the latest news and podcast and video. And, am I forgetting anything? Hey, where can they follow all that? Just go ahead and run through that. We haven't done that in a minute. It'll be in the description, but where can they find y'all at?
Shoot, AR _splash _Ben on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, that's all I got for him.
All right.
Hey, boy, still unreachable.
Hey, Evan, where can they reach you at?
Well, I don't do social media. Don't worry about it.
We got 2 unreachables. Like, Cam, where can they find you at?
Okay.
Libra scale _IG.
All right. Hey, Don, where can they find you at?
Shit, man. Instagram, John _W.
Ooh, cold-blooded, boy.
Dang, tie game. All right, that's been another episode. I'm watching this Laker game. We better fucking win. Let's go.
No,